This is Avery with another Avery and Things interview with Wait What Media Group. We're back with another Phoenix area local band. I'll let you guys explain the details on that because I don't know if Phoenix is their correct way to market you guys on that one. But this is Silence the Voice. Thank you guys so much for tuning into our nice little Zoom meeting so that we could all chat together. So do you guys want to give us a little introduction? Tell us a little bit about your guys' selves. You can, I guess, I don't know who's where on the screen. So you just want to start one by one.
I guess I'll start. I'm Gabe. I'm the lead vocalist. And I have a job where I cut marijuana for a living.
That sounds like it smells delicious.
It actually really does. Not gonna lie, it does.
He smells pretty good when he gets off work. So.
I know.
Yeah, dude. I can imagine. Well, that's exciting. That's why you're showing us a nice screen background. I get it.
There you go.
Location wasn't video friendly.
He's not actually at a park. It's just straight up marijuana everywhere.
Yeah, it's just you can't see it.
I'm just at the warehouse.
Oh my gosh.
This is before we started growing.
That's so funny. So we went from Gabe not cleaning his room to that's why he's outside to just kidding. He doesn't want to show us his work environment. We just have all kinds of conspiracies with Gabe today.
Yeah, I'm an alien apparently.
And now he's an alien, so all right, I guess we'll just blame 2020 on Gabe as well.
There we go.
We're getting this far. All right, so we got Gabe with lead vocals for Silence the Voice. Who do we got next? Who's next? Who wants to introduce themselves?
I'll go next. I am the new guy. I'm the drummer. I've only played 2 shows, and I'm glad to be their new drummer, and it's been super fun playing some shows. Yeah. And I'm just a little kid. I'm 10 years old, and I play in this adult band, which is crazy.
Yeah, and you were at NAMM this year too, right? So that was another exciting adventure of yours.
Yeah, that was fun. That was like my second time going to NAMM, and we were there for like a whole week.
Yeah, that's so exciting. I love the NAMM Festival. I actually think I saw your videos before I even realized you were a part of this group. I think I saw you at this show and I was like, oh, wait, I guess you're the drummer. That's interesting. So that's very cool of you. Very, very cool. I've love getting to follow your career since it's starting off so young, and that's a cool starting point that you get to actually practice with an actual band. So how did you guys all come to be together?
Well, so Silence the Voice were like with the band, so they asked so the old drummer's one of his best friends was my drum instructor, so they asked Eddie if I could be in the band. So I tried out, and I played one show with them, and then they asked me to play another one, and that was at Rock Bar, and that show just killed it. So they were like, do you want to be in the band? And I was like, of course. So it just kind of started from there. It was awesome.
Here you all are. Well, I guess we're going to give you an official Zoom meeting welcome on quarantine. Unfortunately, you can't be in person and at a show, but welcome nonetheless. That's so exciting. Way to give a nice young rising new star a chance, guys. That's very cool of you. Danny or Mark, do we want to continue with either one of you guys next, and we'll swing back around?
I'll go next. I'll go. My name's Danny.
I picked you.
Okay. So I'm Danny. I play bass and Silence the Voice. I mean, that's basically it. I kind of help around with like the social media aspect of it too. I kind of try my best to make sure everything is like kind of smooth on social media. But yeah, that's about it. That's about what I do for the band.
So based on social media, and I talk about this one a lot, especially with local bands. Just social media, you don't realize how big of a monster it is when you're taking it on, and how much consistency and thought process that has to go into it. And it's one of your biggest marketing tools and your best friends right now. And it's
Definitely.
that's for better or for worse.
Especially with quarantine, because the whole, we're not playing shows, we're not going on tour, we're not doing anything on, in any personal aspect. So basically everything's the social media right now.
Have you been keeping up with that and being creative around it? Have you just been like...
I tried to like make a theme. So like when we came out with Crisis, I tried to like make like the theme that was tied in from the lyric video that I did. So I just grabbed like the theme of that video and then made banners and profile photos for all different social media and just threw it on there. So that's usually what I try to do is like that's my plan at least, is to grab the theme of each song that we come out with, EP, whatever, and make that kind of like blend in with the social media. That way when people see, oh, hey, I see this right here, and then they go look us up, they can see us on social media, and it would kind of like make it a little bit easier to find us. Like you can't be like, oh, is it this band? Is it this Sounds Voice? Is this Sounds the Voices from Illinois or something? No,
keep it consistent.
Yeah, branding is so important, especially when you are dealing with so many different platforms and things, to get that correlation through. So that's good that you're already thinking about that stuff. Even when it's hard with COVID, you have to really dig deep to get creative right now, which really kind of sucks. And just being locked inside and everything else. Mark, what about you? What do you got going on
turn,
there?
Guy.
Your quiet end of the screen.
My quiet end of the screen, the one that's just kind of sitting back, relaxing,
just sitting in the dark.
Else.
Exactly. I was gonna say you're the only one in the dark right now. You're just like
you just gotta keep the light dim. Just keep that's how you roll. I'm just kidding.
He doesn't want us to see him crying.
Yeah, he's the
Nah, just guitarist, band, backup vocals whenever Gabe wants me to. I guess I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Whenever he trusts me to do the job.
Yeah, whenever he trusts me, which is very minimal.
About 20%.
Shut up.
No, on the other side, no, I just basically just kind of help out Danny whenever he's asking for a little help here and there, just trying to come up with ideas, branding things, trying to reach out, getting like logos and whatever else kind of situated. Just building up my side of the port, creating the merch with like screen printing, getting my hands dirty in there so we can actually do all of that in-house instead of going elsewhere, and just getting the guys involved to help me out with logos, ideas, and then all of us just kind of monetizing, just pitching in to do what we need to do to just really push forward. I mean, just basically, I'm just a shadow. I'm just in the background, just kind of doing everything else while let these guys up front.
Well, a very important shadow, to say the least, because if you weren't doing it in-house, how much money is that to have to think about logo designs and t-shirt printing and things like that? So I always agree with that. What I love seeing when local bands get really creative and start layering other aspects into being a band, whether it's marketing or graphic design or photography or video work and all that stuff. And I mean, sometimes you guys are very much so the last people to get paid and the ones expected to be up there performing and doing everything else on top of it. So yeah, having that little bit of a leeway not to have that added expense goes a very, very long way. So that's very smart for you guys to keep doing that stuff.
Do what you gotta
as
do.
hard as it is. And you guys recently just came out with a brand new single, and that was called Crisis. You want to talk about that a little bit?
I'll start with that one. So, Crisis, me and Mario actually just did an interview with a writer who did it with along with two other bands. And what started the whole Crisis conversation of wanting to write that song was Channing Smith, who was, I guess, basically what happened with his story is that he was, he was homosexual, and he got basically blasted out by his classmates, and they made fun of him, and he ended up taking his own life over that. And that was in Tennessee. That was September of 2019, and we all kind of saw that on Facebook. It was floating around on Facebook at that time, and we kind of all just thought it was crazy that, you know, things like this continue to happen, and we wanted to write a song that would help, maybe like somewhat try to help anyone who's in a situation like that, and know that you're not alone, and that things do get better, and people can be horrible at times, but there's also beauty in the world too. So
yeah, and that's very powerful, and that's one of the best, you know, one of the best ways music is there to help people and connect with people. At the very least, maybe somebody hears it and thinks, oh, okay, maybe somebody has been in this position or can relate to me, and just that feeling of connection goes such a long way. And that's a hard thing to do as well. That's a hard thing to talk about, much less, you know, create a song around and make a message behind it and everything else too. So that was very good of you guys to really put yourselves out there for even a brand new single on top of it. And do you guys have plans moving forward aside from Crisis coming out? Is there, I know everything's been kind of slow, but what are the plans moving forward now that this one's been released?
I mean, the plans moving forward from here, I mean, Crisis, yes, is just one of the singles that we put out. Doesn't mean that it's the only thing that we have not released. Or, well, we have a lot of unreleased.
I'm excited. It's hard for me to keep my mouth shut.
yeah, it's like do we? I mean, I guess do you guys want to just say that we have something coming out here soon? Like,
no, we're just gonna let it. We're just gonna let it kind of take its motions. We'll just say, like, you know what, it's there, but you know, we're just gonna kind of wait and let everything unfold.
Yeah,
So,
at the very least, keep an eye out.
Yeah.
We have a lot of songs like in our bucket, but we haven't just like released them yet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you're working on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, especially right now with everything going on, not really being able to do anything. You might as well put into effect, hey, let's do all of this and that and get it all ready. So once everything's available, we can start going out there playing shows. You can start doing this, start drawing crowds. At least then now we'll have merch, we'll have new everything just to bring out to people. And just be like, oh, hey, whoa, we weren't slacking off this entire time. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, you should use this time to your benefit at the very least. So having everything roll out at once in a nice, pretty package for, you know, when everything starts getting back on track is going to do very, very well for you guys. So at the very least, even though you can't say anything, it's exciting to know that you have stuff that's kind of in the works and you have in plan and stuff. And I know that's a whole difficult process, and you know, like, you're probably still even figuring that out for yourselves at this point in time too, so it's kind of a lot to hint at and a lot to explain, you know, just without having everything to show people. But I'm excited to see what you guys have coming up, especially how like the lineup at least is new. But have you guys been a band for a long time, or has Silence the Voice been an entity for a while?
I think you guys have been a band for like 4 years now.
Well, that's the thing. It's funny. It's funny how we started, though. Like,
well, explain it. Tell the whole story. You might
tell the story, Gabe. You love telling the story.
I love telling the story, dude, because it's like the most ironic thing like ever. But so basically, what was it back in like 2016?
Yeah,
I think it was like 2016. It was like sometimes like September or August or something. But so my old band ended up breaking up, and I'm like scrolling through Craigslist, looking through bands. I was just like, might as well check here, and I find an ad on there that says, metal band looking for vocalist, and so I'm like, okay, I'll check them out, send them an email. I sent one of that to them, sent one to a couple people. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. Might as well make an ad of my own, vocalist looking for a metal band. And comes to find out that when I messaged them, like not even like 2 days later, they replied to my ad. And keep in mind, we didn't even know we were all the same people.
Oh my gosh.
So ended up
Such
going
a
over
small
there.
world.
Yeah. So I ended up going over there, and it was Mark and then Fish, who can't be in the video, can't be in the chat today, unfortunately. But we were just showing each other. We're just like, dude, you replied to my ad. Dude, you replied to my ad. Let's try it. See where it goes. And then later on down the line, Danny came in, and then after that, little buddy Wrecker here, and so we pretty much all
I
fit
think
like perfect puzzle pieces. I think.
the worst thing about me joining the band was that originally I met Mario through an OfferUp post. It was OfferUp. It was OfferUp of all things, OfferUp. So yeah, that was he's like, oh, looking for a guitarist, and I was like, okay, cool. So we were like starting. It was before. I don't know around the time it was, but him and I met each other that way. And then I asked him if he knows any bands looking for a guitarist. So he told me about another band. I was in that band for like a year, maybe a year and a half. And then we ended up breaking up just because, I left just because, I wanted something different. And so I was out of bands for a while, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I can be a bassist because let's be honest, the scene doesn't have any bassists at all.
No.
It's mainly just
So
vocalists and guitarists.
They're
So I was like, okay, I'll just be I already have a bass guitar. Let's just see if there's a band looking for a bassist. So I messaged Mario. I was like, yo, do you know any bands looking for a bassist or a guitarist? And he's like, well, my band's looking for a bassist. I was like, okay. So I went, tried out, learned like half the songs in that one, try out because we just jammed for like, I think it was like 3 hours, 4 hours. And they were like, okay, yeah, you're cool. And I was like, okay, cool. And then boom.
Yeah, bam, and that was it.
Bam, that's it. The rest is kind of like, was like, okay, cool. That's it. Okay, cool.
To this day, we still don't call him by
fine.
To this day, we don't what?
We don't call you by your name.
No,
Yeah, no.
I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough for my actual name. So
I
Are
realized.
you the squid? Basically.
Squid.
Oh, there's a new name. Okay,
At least he
we'll go
knows
with
it.
There you
that.
I hope
Oh.
you're a 90s kid that understood that.
thanks, Avery, for the new nickname.
Yeah, you just set him up.
Yeah, for the longest time we were just calling him Diglett, but now it's Squid. So yeah,
No,
there you
Squid.
I was okay with Diglett because it's a Pokemon. You can't be
I
mad.
know, I love Diglett too.
But-
You should keep Diglett. I take it back. Don't listen to me. I ruined everything. I ruined
I was
the
gonna
whole
get
game.
I was going to get a Diglett tattoo and everything, but now I can't. I gotta get Squid.
What if you did a hybrid? What if you did like a
Diglett.
squiglet?
Squiglet.
Squiglet? Yeah, Squiglet.
There you go. I like that.
I'm okay with that. I'm
Okay,
perfectly
good.
fine with that.
You deserve to be a hybrid anyway. You don't need to be an original. It's fine. It's fine. Do something different. I love it. That's so great.
Hey, what's up, Squid?
So the last time I saw you guys play was for After the Comms show in Scottsdale. So that was the last time you guys played together as well?
Yep.
I think so,
No,
Yeah.
such a long time.
yeah.
It's crazy because that was such a good show too. It was so fun.
It was. There's a lot of people. It was just funny because I obviously live in Tucson, so I either like advertising it for the 1920s, and I was like, yes, I want everybody to be dressed up. I want like everybody to just be like, rocking out to this music, like 1920s style. And I was like,
That's exactly
gonna be
what
the
I
coolest
thought.
thing. Right,
Yeah.
and I showed up in my my poor boyfriend because I'm like really loud and like in just loud, and he's
Just
like,
loud.
"Oh my gosh, we're gonna go in here," because I'm of course dressed up completely, and he was like, "We're gonna go in here, nobody's gonna be dressed up, just you watch," and I was like, "No, that's not what's gonna happen," and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I went like big on it. I went to like Goodwill and bought like a bunch of like 1920s looking clothes. I couldn't find a fedora though, but
Surprising.
I like.
You had a
went-
nice
I went-
suit, though.
I still have that suit too. It's over there. I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep it.
the Rock Bar show is like one of my favorite shows. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good show.
Yeah, it's a great
I
lineup
think-
too.
I think Avery, did you ever see that video that we did with After the Com?
Oh, jeez.
That was a That was a great video. Oh, you need a.
You
Oh,
didn't,
that
put,
was
you
so.
didn't see it was the one video that we both bands made to actually promote the thing. And
I don't think I saw that one.
It's all 1920 themed, and since
yeah,
it
it's
was
basically like
we,
a silent film kind of.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, I forgot all about that. Oh, dude, it's been a long year. It's been a long year.
It really has.
That was
Yeah.
just
I think
a
that
year.
the worst thing about that was that it was my idea for the 1920s thing because we all sat around and actually like exactly how the video was. That's
Yeah.
exactly what we were doing. We were sitting here. We were like, oh, what should they do? And then since I was like, hey, we should do like Roaring 20s since it's 1920s.
Yeah.
And that was actually my idea. So they're like, okay, you got to do everything. You got to be like the main person that gets like choked out.
With your monotone ass.
I'm sorry that I don't
You
have
are
expressions.
so
straight up.
monotone. It is really funny.
This dude straight up was just like,
Hey guys,
time machine.
time machine.
Exactly. That was great.
That's so perfect. It was a lot of fun though. I wish more people would have dressed up because it would have like looked cooler to have more people dressed up, but it was a lot of fun either way. There's a lot of people there too that night.
My main thought when I thought of it, it was like Roaring 20s. I was like, I just thought of people like dressed up super nice, but like full on like just in the crowd, just like moshing, and I was like, I want to see that
too. Me too. And I made a joke because after the comfort, you know, their shot of the crowd at the end of the night, I was the only one that was like visible, really, you know, that was dressed Roaring 20s. So I was like, I'm Jack Nicholson from The Shining.
I thought the same thing, but like when I walked in there, everybody was wearing like tie-dye shirts, tank tops, and then they all started moshing. They put their hands on the stage, and I'm like, okay, this is not what I was expecting.
Now I know exactly what you mean. It was just such a surprise too when that stuff happened. I love it. So, do you guys have any kind of a word on when shows are going to be able to start happening again on your end of the world?
That's a Mark question.
That's definitely a Mark question.
That's definitely a Mark question.
I mean, like, I'm honestly not sure. I don't know if you guys have heard anything, if you guys have planned things over there, or you know what's going on.
So, I mean, with everything looking, I've been kind of keeping up with the times. Not a whole lot of things have been really opening, and even if so, they're putting a hard limit on crowds. So and especially with like something with going on like right now and curfew, I mean, you don't really know what's there in the future and what's really going to happen here. So I think it's more on the lines we're going to take the rest of this year off just to focus on everything that we're doing now, and maybe come back next year if everything's a lot better, like if all of this dies out. That would probably be our best bet. I mean, even if you try looking outside of state, they're kind of going through the same concept. Not a whole lot of other states are as calm as Arizona right now. So you don't really know what's happening out there in the world. But more on the lines, we're just going to pretty much take the rest of this year off just to focus on what we're doing.
That was a Mark question and a very good answer. You guys did good, and nope, make Mark do it. He answered that very well.
Mark is a
very yeah. That's as honest and as fair as you can get at this point in time. The what?
100%. 100%.
You guys are so great. So as far as you guys just kind of taking the rest of the year to figure a couple things out, get some more things together, I know since you're not playing shows and since you are waiting for things to come around, what's the best way people can help support you guys right now as a band?
Just stay up to date on social media. That's really it.
Yeah, definitely. Until we get like more merch and stuff like that we can sell online.
Yeah.
Just you know, if you listen to our music and you like it, then try your best to you know.
Yeah, like
show a little bit of support.
Yeah, when we release our merch, get our merch, follow us on Instagram, and yeah, just check us out, listen to our music.
At the very least, find you guys on YouTube. Check out Silence the Voice and their new single Crisis. That's what they have going on right at this moment in time until the future lets us move forward a little bit more. You guys have a website as well. So website, social media, keep an eye out for merch designs for these guys coming up here very soon. Again, check out their music. At the very least, they have something for you guys to listen to right now. And is there anything else you guys want to say? Anything else you guys want to talk about before we start wrapping things up?
Just that we missed Chris.
It's currently 8:13 right now, so luckily, if I get tackled by police, I'll have it on camera. So.
Okay.
I was about to say, like, it looks like the street lights are turning on, so that means it's time for you to go home.
Knowing Gabe, he'll just continue wandering out there in the dark.
Yeah.
He's like, it's fine. I got a camera on me.
There you go.
I'm taken care of.
It's like that,
you know.
It's like that role when you're a
out of
kid.
nowhere, I'm covered.
Yeah.
You're getting tackled by cops.
More insanity. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. We should definitely do this again once you guys have got some more stuff in the works. So at the very least, we can kind of help you guys point people in the direction when the world starts getting a little bit more back to normal and things, hopefully towards the end of the year. So we can see what else you guys have coming out. Yeah, hopefully closer to the end of the year, we can have a more normal conversation about hopefully shows, some more merch designs that you guys have coming out, maybe some more music, all that stuff. But in the meantime, look forward to listening to more Crisis and keeping an eye on you guys. But thank you guys so much for being here. Again, this is Avery with Avery and Things. You've been watching a Wait What's Local with Wait What Media Group and Silence the Voice. Again, thank you guys so much for hanging out and all of that good stuff. We're going to take it to Chris and see if Chris has any producer things for us before we exit.
Awesome. Thanks for having us.
Good to go. Exiting. As Gabe is in the dark.
I know, right? I'm like looking around. I'm like,
Exactly.
Watch you just fall, like the phone just falls and everything.
There's no noise.
Full on Blair Witch Project.
There's no noise
All
or
right,
anything.
guys.
It just falls.
Come on, walking through the woods.
There you go. There you go.
No, where's the nose drop?
There you go.
So spot on. Good job. You interacted that. You're ready. You're like, yes, this is my Blair Witch moment. I am giving it my all. That's perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for doing this and reaching out and everything. As soon as hopefully 2021 comes back around, we can hang out again.
Most definitely. And yeah, thank you so much for having us. We're excited to release all this new stuff. And I'm also, another word from our sponsors, Black Harbor Sound. I mean, most recently we're just sponsored by them now. So make sure you check them out. Go on there, get your little pics. Can't really see, it's dark, but yeah, check them out. I love them. They love us. And much love to everybody else and all of our fans out there. We hope to see you again very soon.
Much love. Lots of love. Let's spread all of the love, everybody. Keep doing it.
Gabe, this heart's for you.
You what?
This heart is for you.
Here, let me see if I can do this. Hold on, ready? Let me see if I don't even know if you'll be able to see it, but oh no, never mind.
Oh, where'd it go?
What just happened?
I tried to throw it up and just heart, but it's not. I suck at balancing.
Yeah, I had no idea what was going on.
I have no clue either.
I'm too sober for this.
There you go.
Well, at least you're sober for your interview. Good job.
Responsibility.
Yeah, right.
Leave it to you guys.
Oh, wait, here you go, Danny. Hold on, Danny. I got you.
I'm concerned.
Good, you should.
I am too.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Danny,
There it is.
Oh, look, you did get it. So cute.
There it is.
Dang, you must have some mad love going on because he worked hard to get you that heart.
He did.
So much effort.
You guys are so great. Well, definitely let me know when you guys have some new stuff coming up and all that good stuff, and we'll do another hangout or another, creative way to get your stuff out there.
Most definitely.
Oh
Yeah.
At the very least, we'll hang out or something. So it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just Rocket League and talk about band shit.
Oh, that sounds like
huh.
the best time.
We could do that. That would be fun.
That would be a
yeah.
lot of fun. I like that plan. That's a good plan. That's what we're gonna
I was
do.
gonna say, I'm ready when you guys are.
Dude,
Oh,
that's
there you
literally perfect. Okay, we'll do it. Whenever you guys are ready, just let me know. We'll organize it.
Oh,
A week from now.
All
A
right.
week from now.
All right.
Oh, the lights just turned off.
We'll have to talk to Chris about
Hammer.
that one, but
No, whenever would be cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, for real. We'll arrange it. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah,
It
we'll
would
do
be.
just the whole night. Yeah, we'll do just the hangout night on the whole online world.
There you go. Yeah.
Yep.
like that.
It'll be perfect. We don't even have to wait for, like you said, we can do it not in a week, but maybe soon after, a
Soon.
few weeks. All right, guys. Well, it looks like Gabe should probably find.
I know they shut off all of the lights.
Go
Well, except
home,
for this
Gabe.
one. Except for that one.
Go to a building or something. Go somewhere.
I'm
Funny
good.
because it's funny because I know exactly where you are.
Oh, that's not creepy. We got
I
some
know,
of that
right?
love coming
Right.
through.
GPS
Jeez,
tracker
Danny, at least
and everything.
take me to dinner first. Jeez.
I have many times.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh,
Gabe, it
there
sounds
you go.
like it's balls in your court, buddy. What are you gonna do with that?
COVID.
Perfect.
Oh, shit.
All right, guys. So it looks like we're probably gonna log out of here then. But
Cool.
call it a night and let us know if you need help with anything else or what?
Sounds good.
All right, see you guys.
Okay.
Bye. Be safe, guys. Thanks for chatting.
Most definitely.
Be safe.
You guys be safe. Gabe, out in the dark.
Hey.
Especially Gabe.